Hi there. Oh, what's happened to my voice? Hi. Thank you for joining me. This is Esther at Stampin Star Creations. We are the 1st of December 2020, so welcome aboard. I'm hoping to get some card making done today and just to show you a simple process of stamping. Now don't go running off as soon as you hear the word stamping. Stay. Come and see what we're up to today and join the community of people that join me live for today's makes. If you don't like my channel already, you can hit that thumbs up button to like my channel and get notifications if you press the follow button. If you are watching this on YouTube, welcome and thank you for catching up. This is a Facebook replay, but don't let it stop you from staying and watching. I do try and read out the live comments because you obviously won't get to see them, but you get an idea of what's been said. And thank you to those that do catch this up later. I do appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you so much. Today I found inspiration in a funny place. Well, I think it's a little bit funny. My husband yesterday brought home a tin of crackers that he was gifted at work, and when he placed it down on the table, I said, "Oh, I like that tin." And then I suddenly thought, oh, I know a stamp set that might match those, and oh, we've got some Stampin' Up colours that might happen to match as well. So sometimes when you're with Stampin' Up is the stamp company that I'm an independent demonstrator for, you start visualising things in those colours and speaking in those colours, as it were. So lovely to have people join us, all 10 of you at the moment. Oh, it's gone up, great, lovely. Do come on in. Sometimes it takes a minute to notify you that I am live. And without further ado, I'm going to turn around the camera. Do say hello, please let me know if you're new, because it's always nice to welcome new people into our crafting community. And let me know where you're from, especially if you're outside the UK. Right, my spiel is done. I will put you onto the table and we'll get talking. And I will say hello. Oh, what is going on with my cat? Oh, there you are. That's the view we want. Okay, great. Let's do a quick register. Welcome, Kay. How lovely to see you. Hi, Anne. It's great to see you. And Valerie, hi. Hi, Linda. Hi, Levine. Hi, Christine. Thank you so much. Right, let's get stuck in. Okay, so inspiration. Do you want to see the tin? The tin of inspiration. Biscuits for cheese, savoury selection. Look at this. Look at the pretty colours on this tin. I'm going to tilt it because the side is different. Mara, lovely to have you with us from Australia. And hello, Jennifer. So, those of you who follow Stampin' Up or their colours, you might be able to pick out the matching colours. So I've gone for Night of Navy and Bumblebee, which is a new colour. And I've gone for Seaside Spray, although in the camera it does look a little bit more balmy blue. I'm having second thoughts. Oh no, Esther's changing her mind. Let's just get out the balmy and do a little compare and contrast, shall we? Balmy blue, where are you? No, I think, no, I don't know. Well, we'll see. And then we're trying to do the toss-up with this colour. So again, on the screen it looks maybe a bit more Poppy Parade, but actually Poppy Parade surprised me because I thought it was quite an orangey red, but it's not. It's a pinky red. Can you see the difference? So I've gone for terracotta tile to suit that one. Now, I could swap that out, but I do like the Seaside Spray, so we're going to stick rather than twist. Jennifer says, I'm newly woken up. Does that count? Sorry, Jenny, you're an old timer. It does look balmy blue in the camera. Yeah, it's amazing how the camera changes things. I mean, it is a little bit balmy, but I like Seaside Spray. So if you're new to stamping and Stampin' Up, I'm going to talk to you as if you're a beginner, and hopefully there's something relevant to you if you're an old timer or somebody who's more used to the product. So where's my stamp set gone? Here we are. You'll find that the colour colours coordinate. So when I bring the card on later, the colours will coordinate. This is the stamp set. The stamps come in these nice, thin, storable, almost like a DVD case, but without the middles to them. So when you open it up, you've got this lovely rubber stamp. Some of them are rubber, some of them are called photopolymer, which are clear. This particular stamp set is called Lovely You, and you've got these lovely solid floral and fauna images, and then you've got some sentiments in here as well. So I'm very much going to take inspiration initially from my nice tin, and I wonder if I can get it in shot at the same time. It's a bit tricky. No, I can't do it, I'm sorry. There's not enough space on my desk at the moment. So I've already got the stamps out and put them on my blocks. They just literally... you put a sticker on the back which makes them tacky, and they stick to these blocks like your old-fashioned wooden stamp blocks. So I'm going to go in with a darker colour first, because that kind of lays down the foundation for your work, using the darker colour. Just getting a piece of scrap paper in, and then it's easier to work once you've got that foundation. Do you know, I was thinking about it last night, as you do. And I put a post recently on my Facebook page about, what was it about? It was about ideas that come in the middle of the night. It's just come back to me, something that I was thinking about last night, about the paper being the bread and laying down the foundation. Actually, it doesn't apply to this. It kind of does, but not quite what I was thinking. Like the ink is the butter, you know. You've got your bread and your butter. You've got to make up your sandwich. So all I've done is worked my way around, left a bit of a gap, moved my stamp slightly, and that's the Night of Navy colour. And it's one of the biggest stamps. Now I'm going to go for the next biggest stamp, which is this one here, but this time I'd like to lay down, I'm going to go against my rule and use the Seaside Spray. Whoa, what's going on over there? So giving a few light taps into my ink, and then we're just going to lay down the colour. Now you can stamp this more than once, but I want the colour to be nice and strong and to show through on my particular card. So I'm going to just keep on inking each time and doing a stamp each time, moving it slightly. So we might do another card in a minute showing you how you can get more colour out of that, but for now I just want to keep it really basic, really simple with a strong colour, so that I emulate the print of the box. Emulate, there's a big word. Okay, so let's have a think. Let's get a nice dark colour in. I'm just trying to look for my cheat sheet, because I did one earlier and I've lost it, so we're just going to have to make up as we go along. I wanted something a bit more berry looking to match my tin. It is a lovely colour combination, isn't it, Anne? I was quite pleased to have this colour combo. So I'm going to stick one in there. And hi, the other Jennifer. So if you notice, I am tucking these in next to my existing patterns at the moment, just to give me, you know, if you're new to stamping, you're not quite sure where to actually place things, just tuck them next to each other. Take a step back, have a look, think, could probably do with one in here. We'll just tuck one in there. I think we'll tuck another one in this corner here. So we're just doing a simple border all the way around, nothing too complicated, okay? So I'm going to bring on the yellow, the bumblebee. And again, trying to sort of copy, obviously you can't copy the pattern because we don't have those stamps, but I've got my red sort of berry type things, and then I want some smaller yellow accents. So I'm going to use bumblebee and going to use the solid flower to come in with that colour. Don't worry if you overlap, that's okay. It's okay to overlap, because if you look at things like prints as in P-R-I-N-T-S, they do overlap. You don't see them not overlapping. So don't worry about that. And I think I'm happy to call that a day. Keep it really simple. Just let the colours and the stamps speak for themselves. Now, I wanted to pop a sentiment in the middle, and I went to stamp this one, Trust Me, You're Lovely, which I think is quite fun. And I want to go for a nice dark colour, so bringing back the Night of Navy. When I went to stamp it on my rough piece of paper, I bet it's not going to do it now, but we'll see if we can make it work. When I went to stamp it and lift it up, I got this great big line across my stamp. Okay, so what that is where the ink has laid down on that rubber, and as I'm pressing, it's actually picking it up off my stamp. So one thing you can do is to wipe it away, but the more permanent solution, now don't be scared, is to actually trim the stamp itself. So I saved this bit especially to show you. So I'm going to hold my sharp snips, which happen to be Stampin' Up scissors, which incidentally the blade is sharp from the tip to the end, which is great because not all scissors are like that. And at an angle, I'm just going to cut along, not cutting the actual sentiment or anything like that, but just cutting along the edge to try and get rid of that line. Now, you might have to do this a few times, so just keep testing it after each cut. It doesn't happen often, but it might happen to you if you get a stamp set. So don't think you've got to send it back or there's something wrong. There is a solution. There, and that fixed it, okay? So I just wanted to show you that. So going in with my Trust Me, You're Lovely. Because this is a longer stamp set, you want to get your fingers around the block. Steady yourself and press in the centre, okay? And then up. There you go. Trust Me, You're Lovely. Now, me being me, I'd be so sorely tempted to add more, but I'm going to try my utmost not to add any more because this is about keeping it simple. Now, if you had a white piece of card, this would be lovely by itself. But like I said, you can get a matching colour cardstock. So I've lost my Night of Navy's gone walkabouts. So I think I've gone and cut this wrong, but never mind. Just to show you, look at this. Real pop of colour on that navy. Or we've got the bumblebee. Oh, wouldn't that look nice as a double layer? Just saying. And then we could try it on the Seaside Spray. So they all bring a different thing to the party, don't they? This is more a cool, calm kind of colour. And then this one's a bit more vibrant and sort of brighter and happier. And then this one's a bit more sophisticated. Okay, so that gives you some idea. Now I'm going to use exactly the same stamps in exactly the same colours, but this time I'm going to do a different layout. So bringing back a piece of white card. Yeah, the navy's just such a classic colour, isn't it? I've gone ahead and cut myself a strip of post-it note. Now, don't fear, if you don't have a long post-it note like this, it doesn't matter. Grab yourself a bit of copy paper from your printer. You can just simply cut a strip and stick it down on either side with a bit of sellotape. I'm just going to use my grid as a guide first. This grid paper is available from my shop, as is the stamp sets and the colours and everything else I'm using apart from this post-it note, but I'm sure you can find a way. So I'm going to lay down my strip of, come on, cooperate, you're on telly. Right, so same colours again, but this time I'm going to show you what happens when you use the colour on a stamp more than once. So coming in with that Night of Navy that we had earlier, and I'm going to stamp again and one more time. So just be careful when you're going beyond the post-it note, because it will create a line if you're going over edges, so just be aware of that. And then I'm going to put a bit in here. So you can, particularly with the darker ones, you can get more impressions out of the same stamp. Okay. Jennifer says, where's the sleepy one? We've got the happy and the dopey, and the she's asking where the sleepy colour is. You know, colour is it's very important, isn't it? We all associate colour with different things, and colour can change your mood and have an impact on how you might see things. And colour is used a lot, isn't it, in the world and in marketing. And there's certain colours that, you know, like you know, the first thing that pops to my head is sort of red for danger, that sort of thing. So like you can see, you can get more than one impression out of one inking up. And maybe a little something over here. Okay. Let's bring back our flower. It's a completely different look when you stamp it more than once. Now look, because I've gone over the line, if I stamped that again, I'd get a line straight across my stamp. So I'm going to ink, stamp off, and then bring it back on my paper to stamp it again. Okay, so just be aware of that. Thank you for the love hearts. I can see some going up. Oh, no, don't do as I do. Don't do as I say, do as I do. No, what's the word? Don't do as I do, do as I say. I don't know. Okay, now we've just got a few little gaps there. I'm going to bring back in that leafy one because I feel that it needs a touch more navy on the scene. A bit there. And a bit there. Now, if I lift the mask, Port and Star border red and green. Oh, that's interesting. There you go. And we associate red and green with Christmas, don't we? If I was to lift this up, I'm going to just show you a little bit. You can see that there is a gap in the middle. Now, the other thing you can do is to do a bit more colour on each side of the strip. But if you are a newbie to stamping, you might not have a lot of equipment, so I'm going to lift it up. So the key is to make sure that you stamp where that strip of paper is or where that border is, so that it gives a defined line from what you were using. So let's have a look at the sentiments. I've lost the stamp set. Okay. What should we go for? Miles apart but still in my heart, that's nice. Or that's the one that I just spotted. Wildly grateful. Trying to find a block. Okay, so just because this stamp is a long stamp, there might not be a suitable block. So if you need to, you can turn it at diagonal and stick it on your blocks, but just be careful with the wobble factor. Okay, just try and keep it as straight as possible. I might change the colour I use. I'm tempted to go with Seaside Spray just because it's calling me. So you don't have to go for the boldest colour. I'm just going to make sure that this one doesn't need any Stamp surgery, no, we're good there. Just going to stand up to make sure I do get it in the middle. Wildly grateful. Now, of course, you can add, if you have embellishments, you can add embellishments and ribbon. But I'm just trying to think of the newbie stamper. Saying that, I've got a bit of Night of Navy ribbon here, which I think would look really cute. Possibly as a little bow. I just think ribbon and embellishments just really help to finish off a card, if you ask me. Ah, hi Wendy. How lovely to see you. So, where's my ribbon scissors? Thank you, Kay. Kay says these are such bright and cheerful cards. So you can stick a little ribbon there, or underneath, off to the side. I would balance that out maybe with an embellishment. Okay, so let's bring back our cards and audition them against the different colours. Oh, getting rid of the wrong thing there. So wildly grateful. So they've got your kind of nice deep navy colour. You've got your calming blue. You've got your jolly happy bumblebee. And you've got the, what do we call this one? The bright, vivid terracotta tile. Wendy's asking me a question about my stamps. No, not today. Mind you, I don't think I've had post today, Wendy. So I will stalk the postman. Now, so if you've just arrived and wondering what I'm up to, I'm stamping with the inspiration of this tin. Okay, so do look out for prints and colours, because if you're somebody that gets stuck with colour and you're not quite sure what matches, you know, sometimes the shops do it for you and you just need to grab that inspiration and run with it. Now, I'm going to step it up a little touch and introduce a different stamp set to the mix, because I like these colours and I like Forever Fern. And so there's only one way to find Jennifer says, what holiday do you have there today? I ain't got no holiday, Jennifer. We're not on any holiday. Well, I don't think we are. We haven't got any special national holidays I don't know about. Are you talking to me? I presume you're asking me the question. Okay. So let's bring on some more blankety blank. Here we are. And we're going to, I might just shifty over these stamps. So if you've got lots of stamps in a big block and you're trying to do a quick clean up to help avoid losing your stamps, you can either stick it to your block or you can even stick it to your stamp case, but I find that you can't see it as easily sometimes, so I just like to have them on my block and then they're ready for cleaning later. Okay, so you can have that free tip on me. I know the biscuit tin's great, isn't it? Okay. Do you guys call it crackers? Like dry biscuits. I suppose you call it biscuits, don't you? And you call biscuits cookies, is that right? Oh, sorry, I said no post, so we get post on weekdays except holidays. Oh, no, it's just, I think my postman comes a bit late, that's all. So, using Forever Fern. Now, these images are a lot bigger than the ones we've been using, but it doesn't mean that we can't still use them. Just finding some block sizes which are appropriate to the project. Or we could even introduce some splatter. Exciting. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one shall we go for? This one's a nice thin one to fit in to the shapes. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm thinking this one for the navy. I'm hoping, I've had silver on this, I'm hoping this is going to be okay. Right, here goes. So I'm going to avoid that long stem because you don't really need it on our card. Oh, just one other thing before I start. Oh, I know we're raring to go. I'm going to bring back my post-it note. Got to be careful things don't collapse on me. And I'm going to just chippity chop a bit down to, what have I got here? 2 3/4 of an inch by just under 4 1/2. I'm not really measuring it, I just want something to sit in the middle. In fact, I could go a little bit smaller. Let's go 2 1/2 by 4 inches. What does that look like? Or you could just use a post-it note. Now, oh, somewhere I've got some special low-tack purple tape. This might work. Just in case it's a bit sticky, I'm going to just rub it on my jumper first. Hold on, I'll read your comment. Jennifer's answering my question about crackers and biscuits. And I'm too busy fussing around with tape. Like I said, you know, post-it note would do. But if you don't have a post-it note, there's plan B. There we go. Right, here we are. Crackers instead of biscuits. Biscuits are like small buns usually. Crackers are usually thin and made of cereal grains here. Cookies can be dry but thicker and sweeter. Biscuits are made of flour and preferred light and fluffy. Yeah, yes, I got you live. Hi, Delinda. Is a jumper like a sweater? I guess it is. I suppose mine's more of a top than it is a jumper. But right, so we're going in. And let's see if we can get another impression. Because this is a new blue. It's coming out quite strong. So you could do this if you're feeling, whoop, nearly went on my jumper. If you're feeling brave, on a whole sheet or over 2 sheets. Oh, you know, that's just tempting me to do that, isn't it? Just, you know. Now let's go. So this one reminds me of a bamboo leaf. And don't worry about crossing over to the other side. We want it to kind of look as if the pattern is going all the way across the page. So I'm doing at the moment just 3. I think of jumper like a hoodie. Yeah, I suppose we call hoodies. Anything like that is a jumper. Jumper, hoodie. A jumper can be a jumper without a hood as well. Oh, I'm liking the berries. Okay. And then not forgetting our little dottage. Little splatter stamp. We like this one. And we can go fairly to town with this. I want to really get a hint of yellow into my project. Can you guys see? Because I've drawn my curtain. Because the sun is streaming in today, it does make a difference to the lighting, so I can see what I'm doing now. Okay, now again I could lift this and we've got a nice border. Welcome Tracy, lovely to see you. But I'm thinking as we're stepping it up a little bit, just see if I've got a light blue brush. Okay, so I'm going to get my Seaside spray, put my blending brush in. I'm just going to brush around the edges of where I've laid down my paper. And you'll see that this makes all the difference. Now make sure your inks are dry, because you might have a bit of smudging into one another. Just going to have a quick sneaky peeky. Okay, thank you for the confirmation, Anne. Yes, you can see fine, she says. Jennifer says, is there a distinction between jumper and sweater? Sweater here is pretty much any yarn knit crochet top. I suppose we don't call them sweaters. Do we call sweaters the V-neck type ones? Or do we call those tank top? I don't know. Whoa, look at that. How pretty. Got a nice framed piece of work. And again, we can just pop that onto our Night of Navy card and so forth. You can do it on a nice blue, and you've got space that you can have it this way even. I think I prefer it like this. You can have nice space for a sentiment. Love and laughter forever after. That could fit in there. Now I don't, because we haven't got much yellow. Oh, mind you, no, that's not too bad. Wouldn't be my first choice, but there you go. It could work. Right. How about, how are we doing on the old time? past. Okay, shall we do, thank you. Christine says, very nice frame for a focal point. I'm very tempted, now that I've got the colours out, to do maybe a half sheet wonder. So if you want to stick around, and if you've got time, I'm going to chop this piece of paper out. I'm not going to do a full sheet, but I'm really liking these colours together. So I'm going to cut down a sheet of A4 in half. So I've got an A5 piece. I've got a question from Linda that says, has Stampin' Up said anything about making re-inker and or supply nibs for the blends? For the alcohol markers, the Stampin' Up blends, there isn't any refills, and they haven't mentioned anything about it. And I think they decided that when they made them that they weren't going to do refills. I'm sure there was something said about that. But my memory might not be serving me correctly, but that's the impression I got. So I'm going to bring on a different leaf so that we can incorporate some more yellow. And this, because I've got the edging of the, I'm just going to find a bigger piece of paper to cover my surface. Because we've got the edges of the stamps, I think I'm just going to do a simple stamping along the bottom and then coming from the top. That's my thought, my thinking, my thought process. I'm just going to lift you up a touch. So we'll see how we get on. So because these stamps are quite large, you can actually get quite a lot of, they fill a lot of space is what I'm trying to say, in a quick amount of time. So if you're in a hurry, grab out a stamp set that is nice and big, alright? Hi from the Netherlands, great to see you again. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to change it up a bit and go in with terracotta tile next. So I'm going to try and make it not too uniform and try and spread out my colour a bit, because you don't see like trees being completely, and plants, well no, sometimes you see trees planted in a row, don't you? But you don't always see like completely stagnant, not stagnant, that's the wrong word. You know, what am I trying to say? Plants that are exactly in the same place is what I'm trying to say. Oh dear. Unless you arrange them like that, but in nature, you don't see that. Oh, I'm hanging right off the edge. I'm going to just push that back on. There we are. Oh, just a little bit of... Right, because I did a boo-boo. Can you see my boo-boo? There it is. So because I did a boo-boo, I'm going to come back to that and see if I can fix it a little bit. I'm going to come back and stamp on top of it. There we go. Nobody will ever know, except you, me and everyone that watches. Okay, add in our bumblebee. Thanks, Jennifer. I thought I had your support. Jennifer says, oh good, I'm not as confused as I thought I might be. Yeah, no, it's just me. Just me and my confused brain. You try doing 100 things at once. Add a bit more yellow in this, which is nice. Just using it as a shadow almost, so you can, because it's a lighter colour, you can afford to have it behind some of the pattern we've already laid down. Okay, so I'm just going to take a step back to have a look at the overall picture. Now, I've got plenty yellow there, the navy blue standing out and the blue standing out. The thing that's getting lost is the terracotta tile. So I'm going to use that colour again, and this time we're going to use those dots with that colour. So sometimes it's good just to step back from your work, assess the situation and think, oh, what's missing, what can I add? And I'm going to concentrate the colour around initially around where I've got that colour already, so it doesn't look too out of place. And then with a bit of the leftover ink, I can just add a bit into the rest of the work. Okay, so already it just takes your eyes off those, the orange, which was a little bit lonely, or terracotta tile. Kay says, yes, dots. Wendy says, love, love, love these stamps. Yeah, we do like these stamps. As soon as you change up the colour, it just makes them look different. So, once you've got a sheet like this, what do you do with it? You can chop it down. I've lost my... Where's my trimmer gone? He's gone walkabout. Oh, well, that's good, isn't it? Am I supposed to... Oh, there you are. It's not where I normally put it. So just initially cutting in half, so for us that's 10.5 centimetres, or just over 4 1/8, just a smidge over. Helen's here, she's waiting at the airport. She says, oh, I do love Forever Fern, it's at the top of my wish list. Every time I see it, I wish I had it. Oh yeah, that would definitely be the top of your wish list then, if you every time you see it you wish you had it. So I'm going to trim this down to my matte and layer size, which is 3 7/8 or 8.5 centimetres if you want to be precise. I am trying to start doing the centimetres, had you noticed? Because I know there's people out there that like the centimetres, and I'm slacking in the centimetre department, so I'm trying, as well as the inches, by 5 5/8, which is 14.9 centimetres. Oh no. What have I done now? Oh no, 5 5/8. So 14, 1, 2, 14.3, sorry. Now, I am going to do a little bit off this side and a little bit off the other side because I don't want to end up with a bit of a skew-ish pattern. 5 and 5/8. So it's a bit more equal on either side. So again, you can have it like this, or you could have it like this. And let's bring in our colours to show you. So this is what he looks like on terracotta tile. And even just the orientation of your card can look different too. And that yellow really helps that yellow to pop. Okay, and we'll just swap them out with these colours so you get to see what they look like on here. Let's just, there we go. There. And let's just bring back the other ones that we did today. So we did that one, and we did this one, and we've got the one that's been framed, like that. Okay, see, that's not bad, is it? In what, 43 minutes? And says, yay, I like centimetres, so easy. I do, now that I'm used to inches, I find it difficult to go back to centimetres. So thanks to my cracker box of inspiration. There we go, look, no difference at all. But go and see what you can be inspired. I think that's going to have to be my December challenge on my Facebook group. Excuse me. If you want to be part of my Facebook group and you've got Stampin Up projects that either I've inspired you or that you've been inspired to make, or if you just want to be able to share, then you can head over to SSC Inspired and Shared, and that's my Facebook group. I know there's a couple of people that have tried to get onto my other page for customers, which I do just keep for my customers and team members, I'm afraid. So I got a bit muddled and accepted some people, but I've taken them off again. So don't be offended, you just got to be in the right group. Okay? I'm going to turn you around and have a quickie chat. Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you for typing that in. SSC Inspired and Shared is where you want to go. That's great. And like I said, if you want to shop for these products, and if you even want to see the new catalogue that's out and order from it, you can by all means join my team. If you want to take up a new hobby, or if you're a crafter already and want to get your hands on about £100 worth of products, £99 of products, then talk to me about signing up and joining my team. If you need a catalogue or want the new catalogue, which will be ready to order from in the new year, then again, just drop me a Facebook message, an email, or whichever way you want to communicate, and I will get a catalogue out to you. If you're in England, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands. Anything else to say you want me to answer? I'll be back this evening on YouTube. I've got a technique that I'm waiting to try out. Or I've tried it out once, but I need to see if I can make it work even more. So do join me over on YouTube at 9 o'clock this evening. I'll be back next Tuesday for some more creating and card making, and hopefully giving you some inspiration, so please come back then. Lovely to have your company. It's always nice to have some live people on the chat. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you again soon virtually. Lots of love, and bye for now.